Random game. Random game. Game start.
Axelrod deposited Rm22,225.70 in a scam investment scheme 5 years ago. This scheme offered an interest rate of 10.2% compounded quarterly. The investment period is for a total of 15 years. We need to calculate the amount Axelrod should expect to have in the account at the end of this period. First, we'll divide the annual interest rate by 4, since it's compounded quarterly. This gives us the interest rate per quarter. Then, we'll multiply the number of years, 10 years, since 5 years has already passed, by 4, to find out how many quarters there are in total. The formula used to calculate the future value of an investment with compound interest is S equals P times 1 plus I to the power n. Substituting the values into the formula, we get S equals 22,225.70 times 1 plus 0.0255 to the power 40. Calculating this expression gives us S equals Rm60,853.01. Therefore, Axelrod should expect to have Rm60,853.01 in his account at the end of the 15-year investment period. The second question. Ishfalik took a loan of RMX from Bank ODBC at an interest rate of 6.45% compounded every 3 months. After 8 years and a half, the amount to be paid is Rm52,278.47. We need to calculate the value of X, the original loan amount, and find the amount of interest charged. To figure this out, we will use a formula called compound interest formula. S equals P times 1 plus I to the power n. In this case, the total amount Ishfalik owes at the end is Rm52,278.47. Principal is the original amount he borrowed, which we don't know yet. Now, we can plug in the values into the formula. 52,278.47 equals X times 1 plus 0.016125 to the power 34. To find the original loan amount, principal, we need to rearrange the formula to solve for it. After doing the math, we find that the original loan amount was approximately Rm30,347.31. Now, to find out how much interest he paid, we simply subtract the original loan amount from the total amount he paid. Interest equals S minus P equals Rm52,278.47 minus 30,347.31 equals approximately 21,931.16.
So we move to another question. For question 2a, Adriana had planned to grow her business in 6-year time. To do so, she required capital to be able to pay 30% down payment for storefront unit that costed Rm 560,000. She invested in a fixed deposit account that paid interest of 3.2% compounded semi-annually. How much should she invest today to have enough money for the down payment? To calculate the down payment, 30% need to be multiplied by 560,000 ringgit. So to solve this, 30 over 100 multiplied by 560,000 ringgit equals 168,000 ringgit. For the next calculation, I is 0.032 divided by 2 and is 2 times 6, which equal 12. The formula used is S equal P in bracket 1 plus I squared n. So S equal 168,000 ringgit equal P unknown, followed by 1 plus 0.016 squared 12. To find P, S need to be brought to the other side, which means 168,000 ringgit equals P multiplied by 1.016 squared 12. Then S must be divided by value of I. Thus, P equals 138,862.44 ringgit. After winning a Astronaut Elevator in the card, Mark was awarded 25,000 ringgit, which he then deposited into a saving account that earned 4.25% interest compounded monthly. The goal is to calculate how long it would take for the investment to grow to 35,855 ringgit and 60 cents. The formula used is S equal P in bracket 1 plus I raised to the power of N. P is 25,000 ringgit, K is 4.25%, M is 12, I is the interest rate of period calculated by dividing K by M, N is T times M, where T is the time in year. Step 1. Calculate I, the interest rate per period. I is calculated as 4.25% divided by 12, which is 0.00354167. Step 2. Define the equation. 35,855 ringgit and 60 cents equals 25,000 ringgit multiplied by bracket 1 plus 0.00354,167 raised to the power of 12 times t. Step 3. Rearrange the equation. To isolate the exponent, divide both sides by 25,000 ringgit. Bracket 1 plus 0.00354,167 raised to the power of 12 times t equals 1.43420,264. Step 4. Natural logarithm. Take the natural logarithm line for both sides. 12 times t multiplied by ln of bracket 1 plus 0.00354,167 equals ln of 1.43420,264. T equals ln of 1.43420,264 divided by 12 times ln of bracket 1 plus 0.00354,167. Find the result. The time required T equals 8.5 years. Therefore, it would take 8.5 years for the investment to grow to 35,855 ringgit and 60 cents.
Question 1. Question A. In an effort to push her son to perform Umrah, Farah deposited 250 ringgit every month into her son account that has 2.52% interest compounded monthly. Find the number of payments if the amount in the account has accumulated to 9,069 and 71 ringgit. First of all, put out the information of R, K, M, and S. Then calculate the value of I, that is from K per M. Then use the future value formula, which is S is equal to R bracket 1 plus I square N minus 1 per I. Then substitute the value of the constant. After substituting the value, we need to use ln to subject the N, as we want to find the number of the payment. Lastly, we got the DN equal to 35. B. The CEO of the Donut Cheese is planning for retirement and thus purchase a plan for such at 25 million ringgit that pays monthly compounded interest of 5.5%. What is the monthly pension she could receive if she retires at the age of 65 and seeks to draw from the retirement fund until she is 100 years old? Therefore, let's put out all the informations such as A, K, and T, then find the value of I and N. Then use the present value formula to find the value of R. After that, we need to substitute all the constant with all the information that we found just now. Therefore, R is equal to 134,254 ringgit and 7 cents. The price of the latest Lexus MPV would cost Bernardine RMK. He approached Bank KDOT for a loan that charged 5.2% interest compounded monthly and must be paid over 9 years. A. Find the amount of K if the monthly payment is RM 556025. B. Should Bernardine decided to settle the loan 4 years earlier than the actually maturity date through a single payment, how much should he pay in the single payment? First of all, let's put out all the formula, which is R, K, M, T, and find the value of I and N. For A, use the present value and substitute all the formula and you will get the answer RM for A8, 754 and 16. For question B, find a balance payment which is 48 and use the present value and then substitute all the formula for A48 and then we got the answer A is equal to RM24096.2
2, 3. As the 4 years earlier loan is cheaper than the actual loan, Bernardine should settle the loan for 4 years earlier.